the drugs either aren't working or they're not the right prescription.
Yeah.
Something she needs an extra toke
She
basically
is in pain.
because
Yeah.
yeah.
Extra toke. Here, there.
Right there. Isn't that a uterus?
Yes. Sure. Yes, it is. Yes, it
Yes, it
is.
is.
Look at those fallopian tubes. All
Come
right.
on. Drove the syringe. Oh,
She beat her. She hit her again and
hit her
again.
again and again.
Emmy.
Right there. Come on, Vera Miles.
She did it. All right.
What's that? Trouble. Tonight on Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
A lot happening tonight on
so
Murder, She
much.
Wrote. Oh,
The last episode we talked a lot about supporting cast and being character actors. This is
yeah.
rife with that. We got a good
This
boat.
is this cast is huge.
Yeah,
Huge.
this is
We're, of course, talking about episode
oh, I don't even know.
episode 9 of season 2,
Yeah.
Jessica Behind Bars. Wait, did we introduce ourselves?
No, we did not. I was about to say.
Oops.
So I'm Victor Devon,
I'm petrified.
and this
And this
is
is
tonight
tonight on Murder,
on
She
Murder She
Wrote.
Wrote. You can tell when we were just chomping at the bit
Yeah,
to go. Um,
I have been waiting
we
for this episode since we started season 2.
it's a strong one, and it's actually so again, IMDb is not the end all to everything, but
No,
it is one of those that collates votes. Surprised to see this only a 7.9. I gotta tell you,
7.7.
7.7.
Yeah, I was surprised too. Lady in the
Um,
Lake is rated higher, which
and I'm going to go with misogyny on that one because
I
this
could agree more.
is almost fully a female cast on every level. We have multi-generational. We have some fabulous young women. We have some fabulous
We have women of
established
color,
actresses. Yes.
which we don't.
Um,
I mean, I don't love that it's a prison episode and we get women of color finally, but you
I
know
don't
what?
love I
I'm okay.
kind of understand because you know what?
Yeah,
It would be weird to not also address that as part of the intersectionality of
yeah.
prison.
It's more about
Um,
like why don't the other episodes have more people of color
right,
the way
right.
this one does? This really feels like kind of like a weird prototype or groundwork for shows like Orange is the New Black, right? I
Mm.
kept thinking about that show when I was watching this episode and the politics of it and how in some ways this is kind of an idealized version of prison, even though things are
Well,
not
this
painted
is
that way for us.
it's sort of a so there were this whole genre of like the prison exploitation era, which
Hmm.
actually people like Yvonne DiCarlo participated in. And we'll see Yvonne DiCarlo as one of the actors in this
Hmm.
episode. And I don't think that's a coincidence.
No.
Um, because there was this sort of mystery and exoticism and sexiness about what do you do with these hot ladies who clearly have issues with the law and
Hmm.
authority. And you throw in like the sort of power control dynamic, and that's porn. Like that's just right up there and ready to make it sexy. And this is so gritty in
Very.
comparison.
Yeah.
It's not sexy
No,
at
it's
all.
it's really intense. This is a really uncomfortable episode.
Yeah.
Uh yeah. I think they
Uh,
really we've talked about how the tone of each episode in the earlier seasons is so vastly different, and I think
yeah.
they really nailed the tone here. It feels so high stakes, it feels so dangerous, and it feels like we have got to figure this out or a bomb is going to go off in a
Yeah.
sense, right? It's really, really engaging. And the women, I'm looking at the IMDb. There's not a single male actor on this list. I think
I
there's
think we
one
get
guy
some
on a phone call.
cops. Yeah, I think we get some
Yeah,
cops at the end.
at the
Yeah.
very end. But this episode is about women, and it's
Yeah.
so fucking cool and exciting to watch.
And it's not necessarily women fighting women in
No,
this in the its strictest of senses, because very often this passes the Bechdel test for one thing.
absolutely. With flying colors.
Yes. mean, but some of it also gets into like this is a man's world, and these are the
Hmm.
women that are fighting throughout it. Like this is a deeply feminist episode in a
Yeah.
lot of ways. And I know that
Yeah.
that feels a little grand for a Murder She Wrote podcast, but straight up,
No,
that's what this
it
is.
is
That's what this
though.
is.
It absolutely is. I mean, and we can't ignore the fact that most women are in prison because of their association with some man
Yeah,
who committed crimes or asked them to commit crimes for them or were the reason they
forced
committed
them.
crimes, right?
So we are at a prison. I don't know if they specify, of course they do, because we don't pay attention to that, but I don't remember where this takes place.
No,
Um,
it
because
doesn't
this is obviously a
really
studio.
matter, but yeah, I'm guessing this is probably somewhere in the Northeast. But
Yeah.
that's really just a guess. Um, we have so many characters that we're getting introduced to right off the bat. There's a
Mhm.
food delivery truck with a woman named Mims who's meeting Yvonne DiCarlo as the prison cook. They're both a little
Mhm.
skittish out there. We meet some of the
Miss
guards. We're now
Springer.
meeting Mrs. Springer. Great, great character name. Yvonne DiCarlo is
Yeah.
really fun in this episode too.
I love Yvonne Carlo. And I mean, many people will recognize her as Lily Munster. And what
Sure.
a legend Lily Munster is.
That would be selling her so short, though, just to say like just
Oh,
Lily,
sure.
even though legend for it, but yeah. We
There
have
also is
Vera Miles as the prison warden,
that is
Elizabeth
also
Gates.
legendary from Psycho. She
Uh-huh.
is the sister of Marianne Crane in that and gets that
Hmm.
famous reveal of Mother at the end.
Yes, she does.
And
She's
somehow
gorgeous
was
then and
talked
she's
into Psycho
gorgeous
too.
now. Yeah. Paycheck.
Well, yes. She also gets a very startling death scene in that. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Well, not too
Um,
bad. We know the rules of sequels.
Yeah. We
You
also
might
have a
go.
return actress in the role of Mary Stam here, one of our
Hmm.
sympathetic inmates. This is
Yes.
Linda Kelsey, who we saw as Jessica's secretary in the Congress
Right,
episode.
right. And her hair is much better in this episode.
It is full. I don't know what conditioner they give the prisoners, but
Yeah.
maybe that's where the money went, if not for the food.
So she's gotten two pretty meaty roles in Murder, She Wrote's first two seasons here. She must have
Yeah.
been good to work with. She's really good in this episode. She's good.
She's
Um,
also a regular in Flu Grit.
we have who else do we have here?
Oh,
Debs.
the Debs.
Debs, who's the deputy warden at the prison. She's an older woman, been there for 20 years. We have the doctor, Dr. Irene Matthews, played intensely by Janet McLaughlin. So we have this pretty contentious relationship between the deputy warden, the warden, and the doctor.
Mhm.
They're fighting about financial reports are due. It also important to say Vera Miles has just joined this prison a few months ago, and she's trying to reform it. We're not
While
sure if that's
also
sincere or not
she's
yet.
also chasing a
Political seat somewhere.
like a senatorial, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And Debs is bothered that she and the doctor won't just see eye to eye.
They want to hire another nurse for the prison too, and the doctor is not pleased.
No,
Not pleased.
something seems wrong there.
Something's fishy around here. Um, and here we go, Jessica. Jessica's here. She gets such a cold welcome to this prison, but she's here to teach a class, a writing class to the inmates, which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. And it looks like she has gotten some of the short stories from some of them already.
Hmm.
She's reviewing some of them. We get a quick preview over of some of our soon to be regular faces for this episode, including the
Yeah.
fabulous Adrienne Barbeau,
Adrienne Barbeau, Eve Plumb is there, our Jan Brady.
Susan
Cheer,
Oliver,
Jan.
who we saw. Susan Oliver plays Louise. We saw her in the hospital episode. She was the head nurse matron in that.
She was, yes, and she's great.
Yeah.
I actually
Uh,
really
we
like
also
her in this episode.
we also got Margaret Avery as Dixie, who folks may recognize as Shug Avery from The Color Purple.
Oh yeah.
She has a really great
She's
moment
great in
towards the
this
end of this
too.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Uh,
sort of the number two to Adrienne Barbeau's Catherine, and then when the tables turn later, it's a really dynamic
yeah.
moment. Yeah, it's great. Um,
We also have Susan Peretz as Bertha.
she's the comic relief.
Yeah, she
Excellent.
is. Yeah.
Uh,
And she's a pretty fabulous like a stat like everyone here looks feels like they've been in jail. Like they feel like they've been here for a
yeah.
while.
Except maybe Susan Oliver, who looks a little too pretty for jail.
She's found like the soot to do her eyeliner with.
Yeah,
Like,
she's gonna make it happen. She's gonna put
yeah.
a face on no matter what.
Yes.
So she's doing this writing class for these prisoners. They've all sent in short stories, and she's particularly warmed to Mary,
Yes.
Mary's story. Uh, but this is so funny. It's a ruckus group of ladies, right? And they're talking about the perfect crime.
Hmm.
Having a murder mystery writer teach a class at a prison feels a little, a little on the nose. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. It's this might be a little bit more fictionalized than did you know that like R-rated films aren't allowed to be shown at like they're straight up
No.
specific rules.
I mean, I guess it
Yeah.
makes sense. The prison system is so wildly fucked.
Anything to
Um,
rile up, you don't want to.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, well, sure. Yeah.
yeah. By the way, Eve Plumb is sporting such a mullet look.
This counts as a mullet, right?
It's gotta, it must. Even if it's a fake mullet, it's serving mullet. She's giving big dyke energy, and I'm here for it.
We say that lovingly.
I really
She
do. I
is
really do. It makes me excited.
she's a Brady, right? Is she Jan?
She is. She's sheer Jan.
Jan Brady, the
Oh,
original.
I don't remember George Glass at our school. Some of my favorite movies of all time, by the way, those Brady Bunch movies.
Those radio tributes.
I
But
love them.
she must have been in the almost so many of them were in the films. Does she appear in the films?
No, she doesn't.
Oh,
She doesn't, unfortunately. Um,
she may have been one of those ones who are like, I just don't want to revisit this.
yeah,
Please don't
right.
make me revisit this.
I think she wanted to step away from it until they got those hefty checks for some of those Brady holiday specials later on. Then they came back, which I would too. Um, anyway, back to the episode.
Oh,
So,
sure.
so Mary is being suspicious. She has snuck away from the group, and she's trying to. She works in the infirmary at the hospital, and she's trying to sneak away some medicine to help her friend, who is looks like
I
deeply
love
sick.
I love this is a security prison of some maximum variety,
Uh-huh.
and she's able to sneak away.
Just walking down the hallway like ain't no thing.
Now, she seems to be a model prisoner because she has a parole hearing coming up. She was the one who was assigned to greet Jessica when Jessica showed up. So she also works in the infirmary. She works with Dr. Matthews. Um,
Yeah.
and she's risking it all to sneak into Matthews's office and steal the
Mm-hmm.
pharmacy key for reasons that we're not clear on.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, we see the doctor and Debs arguing.
Yeah,
This can be ironed out. And we assume this has to do with just the
the red.
conflict between the new
Yeah,
warden and the old ways of doing things, which it kind of is.
it is, but it
But there's
also
more
seems
to it.
spurned by the budget reports as well
Yeah.
because
What's going
uh
on with the money here,
Warden
doctor?
Gates says you haven't given me those. I expect them on my desk tomorrow morning. And I
Uh-huh.
have a feeling that will not be on her desk tomorrow morning.
Probably not. By the way, can you hear my cat's jingly ball in the background?
No.
Okay, good. Thank you, good expensive microphone for damping out that shit. Anyway,
Uh
this is such
oh
a
we
quick
have
series of events, by the way, that
yeah.
happens. Um, we might have to pause and just like sum it up because I had to watch this like 4 times to make sure I got everything.
Well this is yeah, because everything falls apart. So okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Pause for a
Okay,
second.
so Mary went to the infirmary with the pharmacy key to get some of the medicine for her deeply sick friend. Who do we know what she's sick with? We don't, right?
We don't. We just know that the drugs either aren't working or they're not the right prescription.
Yeah.
Something she needs an extra toke
She
basically
is in pain.
because
Yeah.
yeah.
Extra toke. Here, there. So Mary's trying to get her drugs. Um, and maybe that is also why Mary's popular with the inmates. I think that might be suggested
Mm,
later
it
because
is.
she
It is
she gets
suggested
them
because
medicine when they need it.
for recreational purposes.
Yes. Uh, but while she's in there, the doctor comes back to her office. This is later at night, by the way.
Yeah.
This is she's supposed to have gone for the day, but the doctor comes back to her office. The doctor is played by Janet McLaughlin, by the way, who is
Hmm.
so striking. I wish
Yeah.
she were in the episode more because she's really fun to watch and look at. There's a lot going on behind those
She's
eyes.
high intensity.
Yeah, she's great. But she comes back to the office, and so Mary has to go run into the other room and hide. And then while Mary is hiding and the doctor's in the office, one of the guards, Brady, I think is her name,
Yes.
she hears
Interestingly
something
enough,
going on.
considering
Yeah.
we have a Brady in this episode.
Hey, full circle. Uh, she doesn't get much to do in this episode, but she comes by
She
because she hears
doesn't.
something going on in the office. And then while she's trying to get into the office, the riot alarm gets pushed, likely from
Right.
inside the office, and
Right.
the whole
That
prison shuts down in that moment.
shuts down. And
Chaos ensues.
it shows that it shows the bars going down, the gates
Hmm.
going down, and it's disorienting. Like it's just unpleasant. Like it's
Very.
I'm for someone who hates that alarm sound in general.
Yeah.
Like if I had if James Lipton were to ask me what is a sound that you hate, I hate motorcycles and I hate the sound of like doomsday whistles. Like I just like
Oh,
it's just very, and I know that's why they
so
have them
unnerving.
so that it gets your attention. No, yeah,
Yeah.
see, thanks, Petra.
Sorry. I've been watching Alien Earth, and so that's a lot of
Oh
that sort of
God. Oh God.
max
But
security breach sound. Yeah.
I would also like to point out, however, that the character of Brady does have a Golden Girls relationship. Sorry, not
Wait.
Brady. The doctor has a relationship with the Golden Girls.
Oh, does she play what's it, Alvin's
Alvin's
daughter? Did I get it?
daughter,
Yes. Oh my
Sandra.
gosh.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, because she also has like that intensity in her voice in that episode
Uh-huh.
where she talks about like he has good days and he has bad days, but he isn't
Yeah.
going to get any better. Like
He's only going to
it's a
get
good,
worse. She's
yeah.
good. She's good.
Yeah.
I wish I spoiler alert, she's dead. She's gonna be dead behind that
Oh
door.
yeah, yeah,
She's only in 12 minutes of this episode, but I wish we got more of
yeah.
her.
I
But
mean,
it had to be done. It had to be done.
yeah. Well, we need a murder victim. Sorry,
Hmm.
I don't know what to tell you.
But well, more on that later.
Yes. Ooh, good point.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
so
So
but
now,
Mary is stuck.
yeah,
Is Mary
she's trapped.
when the she's stuck in the what is that? The pharmacy?
The infirmary and the adjacent
Yeah,
pharmacy room, yeah, with the key that she's not supposed to have. And there's nobody else in that room. And of course, they know that the alarm was pulled from that room. So all the guards, the warden, Debs, they all show up. And that doctor is dead on the floor.
with a syringe
Hmm.
and a messy desk, which
Yeah.
indicates a struggle.
Hmm.
And the only one who can turn off the alarm, of course, is the warden, and she's right there. Interestingly enough, she has her key. Why does she have her key for that immediately
She
on
is ready to
hand?
go. She's ready to
They make
go.
that seem like that's an important detail later. I'm like, why wouldn't you just have that on you? It's a fucking key, but okay.
Yeah. And as they're searching this room, Mary darts. And of course, she's immediately caught, captured.
Yeah, there's this great this great moment. Hang on, let me see if I can catch the audio for it. Uh, two of the guards, one of them played by Diana Bellamy, they're looking for her. They're looking for possible murderer. There we go. Line read. Get her.
Get her.
Just get her. Oh, okay. Um,
I think that's probably her
Diana
only line.
Bellamy, I believe it is, and she plays a role in the Harvey Firestein episode. She plays his editor or the his boss
Mm.
in the cartoonist episode, and she has some great moments in that. So in this household, and we'll get to it when that episode happens, obviously, but that's not till like season 6, I think. She goes, "That could be a long list," and my husband and I say that a lot.
Oh, geez.
Uh,
Oh,
Inmates
this is
are,
really where
yeah,
chaos
oof,
ensues. They're trying to remove Jessica from the room, and they're being followed by the entire uh, inmate population that was in that class, led, of course, by Adrienne Barbeau. And maybe we need to take a minute and talk about her. She is so intense in the. This is an intense episode in general, but
this
Adrienne
is
Barbeau
Catherine.
as Catherine is terrifying.
Yeah,
She's so violently motivated.
and I
She
don't
really
think
is the leader of in sort of this prison takeover.
we learn a little bit. We learn that Mary Stam is in prison for killing her husband.
Yeah.
We learn that Tug, Eve Plumb, is in prison because she, for I think, major
She
theft,
she backed her
and
car
she backed her
the
car.
wrong way into
Uh,
the place she
we
robbed.
don't
Yeah.
find out why Catherine is in prison,
No.
but it must be for something good.
It's got to be a violent crime. She is and she as we find out, she's intent on getting out of prison. She
Yes,
wants prison break. She wants out of there.
she's using this
Um,
to her advantage.
right.
To almost where it almost seems like this must have been planned, but it's
Yeah.
not. Like this is just her thinking on her feet.
This is
Um,
terrifying because the prisoners now all have the guns and are
yeah.
holding the civilians hostage, including the warden, deputy warden
And
Jessica,
have
guards.
not a lot to lose, frankly.
No.
Now, this is not the entire prison population. This is just this wing, because obviously prisons are going to have probably hundreds of
I
inmates.
was kind of wondering too, like, is this just a small facility? Because we have maybe like 15, 20 inmates in this episode.
My
Uh,
expectation is that you're going to, and this is again, this is all just, suspicion on my, you know, speculation on my part, is
mhm.
that the prisons are going to be segmented. So you wouldn't need to shut down the entire prison if you're shutting down a portion of the prison.
Right.
So I have a feeling this is just this area.
Maybe. Yeah.
I have to think. I mean, otherwise,
Yeah.
this is a very small population. I know that this
Right.
is TV, but
This is a boutique maximum security prison.
there we go. A
This is
boutique
small to medium
maximum
business
security
size.
prison.
Um, the prisoners are now talking to the
The
lieutenant
deputy
governor.
mayor, the deputy, yeah,
Yeah,
lieutenant governor, yeah.
basically saying you have 5 minutes to surrender, or we're coming in. Th
Fine.
this is a very precarious place for all of these characters to exist for this hour of TV, right? There's so much at stake. The prisoners can get huge sentences as a result of this violence against their staff here.
Mhm.
The hostages could all die or be used as human shields for an escape. I mean, this is. I'm trying to think of another episode of Murder, She Wrote where the stakes are this intense for everybody here. I don't think there is one.
I mean, there probably is, in a very different way. Like,
Maybe.
th this is, these are very specific circumstances. Yeah, very
Yeah.
specific circumstances. And one of the major issues that has been brought up is that things suck at this prison. Like, and
Say again.
there are
One of
things
the what?
suck at this prison. That's one of the most important aspects of
Yeah.
the motivation of the prisoners is that things are
Hmm.
bad here.
We get little clues as the
Um,
episode goes on about like what's happening in the specific places. Um, but most of these inmates, they just want justice for Mary, who they don't believe killed anybody, and
mhm.
she really is a favorite. She's popular. She must be the prison girl. You
She's
know what I mean?
nice.
Yeah.
She's oh. See, speaking of women in prison movies,
Right.
uh,
And then they
but
want
they
conditions
enlist,
improved. Yeah.
yeah, and they enlist Jessica to help prove that
Hmm.
Mary didn't do it,
They
And
believe,
Jessica's like,
given her
okay.
credentials and her impartiality here, that she is the one who can help them solve this. And weirdly, the lieutenant governor gets the gets the clearance to have her do this. Um, just, can you imagine being Jessica Fletcher in this moment, being like, I have to be in charge here. I literally just showed up 3 hours ago to teach a writing class, and now I am
Uh,
being the moderator in a
she
high stakes, terribly dangerous circumstance.
she taught in the public school system. It's not so different. It's
Okay, Michelle Pfeiffer.
oh, I was going with B. Arthur. I was going with
Oh,
Dorothy.
sure.
Uh,
It's
and
really
Dorothy,
not that
you
different.
cheap punk. Um, so we picked up the syringe. We're gonna see if we can get some prints on it because the
Hmm.
only prints that should be on it are Dr. Matthews, Mary's,
And
and
Mary
a
admitted
third
to holding
party
it
if there's
because
a
she wanted to
killer.
see what it was. Yeah.
Right,
Mary
right.
said, I need to figure out, maybe I can help. Um, right now, Jessica is in the doctor's office. They're examining with Catherine's there, Louise is there, Mary, Bertha, and the warden. So four prisoners and the warden and Jessica.
Yeah.
And Vera Miles gives such a gripping reenactment of the way she thinks the crime went
We're
down
gonna
here. We're gonna
we're
watch it,
gonna have to
right?
play a little bit
Yeah.
of it. Yeah,
It's
we
her
have to.
like piece de resistance of the episode
Yeah. She
by
has,
far.
I think, two.
Yeah.
And one is just to Jessica when she explains her,
Hmm.
her storyline.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the argument is that she's distracted. She's not a very good warden because
Yeah.
she's got so much going on.
Hmm.
Now, here we go. Let's have a little moment with
Hmm.
Vera Miles.
Or on the telephone, or
No, no, but when I was hiding, I heard her typing. I thought that was strange because she never touched her typewriter.
did you find what she was typing?
Oh no, she must have filed it. Which would explain what probably happened.
Do-do-do-do.
Hid in the
Sequence.
room and armed herself with the only weapon available, the syringe. And Mr. Matthews finished typing, she went to the file. And with the doctor's back towards her, Mary came out of hiding and sprang at her with the syringe. Irene must have twisted for the alarm, but she missed and hit the riot locks instead because Mary was hitting her again and again. And when the doctor fell stunned, Mary drove the syringe home.
Well, well done, Warden.
This woman got some
Now,
problems.
now
I like how
everyone's kind
everyone
of
in the room
mad
is
at
like,
you.
awkward. You're
Drove
bothered,
the
girl.
syringe home. Yeah. Damn.
It's funny because she doesn't seem like an imaginative person that way the rest of the episode, but she goes into this like weird trance where she's like, and she killed her violently
Hitting
with a
her and
syringe.
hitting
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you watch Mary in the background while she's talking, she is horrified at the warden. It is kind of a weird moment,
It
all things
is. It
considered, but
is.
it's cool.
It's good
I'm
stuff
here
though.
for it.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
it. Um,
yeah. And of
yeah,
course,
actually,
Mary is angelic as can be.
this is a really good episode to watch the background characters because
Hmm.
everyone not only is on, but watching them absorb the information that's given, it's
Hmm.
just a fascinating
It's
experience.
fun. You really, I mean, this is kind of like theater in a way too, because it almost
Hmm.
happens in a real time way. And so
Hmm.
we get really swept up in the discovery with everybody else there, and we don't know who to believe either.
Yeah, this is
Does
all
Catherine have the
it
right idea? Is
in a matter of
yeah,
hours.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Catherine, by the way, she is the most antagonistic when it comes to letting Jessica do this work.
Oh yeah, she's her big foil here.
She
Yeah.
really wants to just
Because
incite a break.
she doesn't actually care about proving Mary innocent. That's not
No, she
really
says
her
she
her
does.
shtick.
She's gotten on this high horse that's her crusade here, but
Right. But she
we
wants a
get to know
chopper.
more later. Yeah. Yeah. So they're all t
Oh, and we're going through the list of people that were outside the door.
Yeah,
when
that
the
showed up when the
and one of
locks
those
were pulled.
people was Miss Springer. What was the prison cook doing outside the doctor's office?
Like way up here. And how
Let's
did she get
find
here?
out.
The front stairs? The back stairs? It's really just we show up in the kitchen and she's chugging a beer. Good for her.
Oh, it's so great.
Come on,
I
Yvonne.
love Yvonne
Yeah,
DiCarlo,
she's
who
great.
episodes after we had Glynis Johns, who originated the singing part of Send in the Clowns from
Hmm.
Sondheim. We
Hmm.
have Yvonne DiCarlo, who originated the singing part of I'm Still Here from Follies, and sort of
Oh,
set the
yeah.
tone for that song and that character Carlotta from Follies to be played by like not
A
just an
Devon
actress,
DeCarlo type.
well, an actress of an almost
Yeah.
like a just almost because Yvonne DiCarlo, while spectacular, she also has a great album. Check out Yvonne
Hmm.
DiCarlo Sings. Great singing voice. She does a great version of If Love Were All.
Yeah.
Um, but never hit the height of some of her peers.
Right. Right.
And part of that is because she also dared age. She became a fuller figured woman pretty
Yeah.
substantially by the early 90s, by the late
She's
80s rather.
she's got some great
Um,
curves. Yeah.
and sort of and did a lot of B movies and horror films. But she was like in for Ten Commandments. Like she was actually like
Yeah.
a legit MGM beauty.
I mean, honestly, she had a superb career. She just never sort of just one more step up that we would sort of think of her as a name
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
everybody would know. Not, people like us, of course, we know exactly who she is and what she's done. But
Yeah.
yeah, um,
But so
this whole
great.
scene is so funny. They're basically talking about the food in the prison now, and Jessica took a moment when everybody else was being rowdy to go and taste it, and it was indeed terrible, she
Yeah.
said.
She said
And
it you should give it a good burial.
yeah, Mrs. Springer is like, "How dare you?
This meets every
This is
standard.
every nutritional standard of the state." She's a little squirrely though. She's a little squirrely.
And they prove that she could not have used the proper steps that she said, so they find Mims hiding in the back stairs.
Huh. Mims is the
Mims,
food delivery person who was driving the food
yes.
delivery truck that was outside when Jessica showed up. Um, a very undeveloped character, unfortunately, for such a cool name. Mims is really she's really paranoid. She's been paranoid the whole time.
Yeah, she's upset that there was a new guard when she first walked
Hmm.
in because of course everyone who goes into the prison has to be examined.
Yeah.
And Springer says, "Oh, you worry too much. Don't worry, I took care of
Hmm.
her." So something's going on between Mims and Springer.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, but that truck that she brought in theory, to bring food in was
Hmm.
empty.
It was an empty truck making a
Hmm.
delivery. What's going on here?
I don't know.
Oh, here we get our
Uh,
male actors as police extras. All right, they showed
just a
up.
little
All
bit,
right.
real
Yeah.
quick.
So Catherine, as the leader of this gang, has now turned her attention to the warden and believes that the warden is actually the person who killed the doctor, Warden
Right, because
Gates.
she has no specific alibi.
Right.
Mims, Springer, Brady, the other two guards that we've come to meet, we know
Yeah.
where they were. We actually, as an audience, had didn't see where
No.
Gates was.
No. And she showed up real quick. She
Hmm.
wasn't in her office when she was called about it.
With keys that she
Yeah.
shouldn't necessarily have had on her.
In that moment. Boy, these prisoners are being really tough on this guard Brady right now.
Yeah,
Like holding knives, shanks to
yeah.
her neck. Like, oh,
Well, they're in the kitchen. They had access all of a sudden
true.
to other things.
These, I gotta say, for a security prison, maximum security prison, this place fell apart pretty easily.
Pretty easily.
It did not
Yeah.
take much to incite this riot. It must be a full moon or something. Jeez.
Now, interestingly enough, we get this shot of prisoners pulling out boxes for like a barricade, like this is their Les Miserables moment.
Hmm.
Where did those boxes come from?
From this
That's the
truck,
truck
this
that
food
Mim
truck.
No, I know, but Mims drove that truck in
And
empty.
it was empty.
Hmm,
Something going on more than
something's
meets the
going
eye.
on.
There's a lot of talk in this episode too. I mean, it's really intense, but there's a lot of just like everybody giving their perspective about what happened. I think I think this episode would have been great as a two-parter. I think it could have breathed a little bit more and we could have a little bit
Yeah,
more time to absorb what's actually happening, though I guess maybe it would lack the intensity, but
I mean, this is again one of those locked room
mhm.
episodes, isn't it? It's more or
Yeah,
less in real time, although we do skip ahead a little bit because it's the full overnight. It's dawn by the
sure.
time this episode ends.
Yeah.
Um, but the claustrophobia,
That's it.
even the way it's shot, these are a lot of close-ups
Yeah, a lot of
and a lot
close-ups.
of people in the close-ups. It
There's something,
really shows you how
yeah,
tight these quarters are.
there's something kind of John Carpenter about the way that like the society devolves and everyone starts essentially eating each other.
I mean,
Um,
that's Lord of the Flies.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
These order systems are fragile.
Well, and
Um,
we see even hierarchy in
mhm,
the prison ranks because while yes, obviously every character can't be as important as another for storyline purposes,
right.
there are people here that clearly are considered the the ones in charge
Yeah,
of
the
the prisoners.
leaders. Yeah,
And Mary is like, "Don't forget, this is about me."
right. Catherine is really trying to persuade the other inmates to sort of
Shoot their
take
way
up.
out.
Yeah, basically, it's what a crazy and as an inmate, what a crazy solution to be like, yeah, that's it. That's what's going to happen. Meanwhile, the place is surrounded by police officers. How could you possibly escape?
If you got nothing to lose,
I
the
mean, I
the
guess.
idea is that more people would be shot, but your chances would be better that you'd survive because of how many bodies there would
I
be.
guess.
She's ruthless. She's utterly ruthless.
Yeah. She usually doesn't play characters like this either.
Um, not like this, not specifically. She's a
Yeah.
tough cookie in the next episode that she appears
Yeah.
in. She
Yeah.
plays like a female executive. Um, but
She has a
I
toughness
know
for
her.
sure.
She's the only one who really can stand toe to toe with Maud, her mother
That's
on
true.
Maud,
That's true.
and she'll always be Catwoman for me because she was the voice of Catwoman in the animated series.
You know, it's so funny.
So
We were talking about John Carpenter. She's actually married John Carpenter.
she's in Creepshow and in The Fog.
Yeah.
She's in a lot of really great horror series as well.
Hmm.
She's great in The Fog, actually. She's the lighthouse radio operator. Like
Hmm.
she plays jazz music during the night.
Good for her.
She's Stevie, the DJ. Uh, and she's still kicking.
Yeah.
She's still doing the things. The
Pretty
lights have
incredible
gone out.
career. Yeah. Scary. This is scary. And then they're all running and Mims knifed in the back.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Boy, things just get hairier and hairier.
Well, so Mims was in with Warden and a bunch of the other prisoners hanging out
Hmm. Yeah. In the library or in the classroom.
the classroom because it
Yeah.
still has Jessica's. I love this is Jessica's class. She's written just the perfect murder on the board.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no other notes. There's not even
They
there's
didn't get
nothing
any.
else.
Yeah. Didn't get very far, did they?
No. And Mims has been killed. The question is, A again, by whom?
Who
Why?
killed her?
And isn't it interesting that she was in such close proximity to Warden Gates that the prisoners seem to think the very least is high on the suspect list.
Yeah.
But she's
Yeah.
also there with Springer and Debs, who are also part of the staff.
Right. There's a lot. It could be anyone. Could be anyone at this point.
Make a good case for, I mean, it really, really could be anybody because why not?
Yeah, yeah,
Even if they don't have anything to lose. Springer obviously has a relationship with Mims that she's trying to conceal because we've
yeah,
we've revealed to a
yeah.
degree, we haven't gone full out, that Mims is there for deceptive purposes.
Right.
Debs clearly is trying to solve problems, but in a nefarious way.
Hmm.
And Gates is clearly dramatic.
She's dramatic and
Drove,
she's kind of
drove the
elusive in a
syringe
way.
home
Right? Drove. She hit her and she hit her. Um,
again
uh,
and again. And then any of the
6 silly
prisoners,
weeks.
even if it's a distraction,
Yeah.
like 6 weeks.
Now Jessica's having a heart to heart with Mary in the infirmary where her buddy Susan, her sick buddy Susan, is just sweating away, fevered
Yeah.
up. What is wrong with this poor thing? Um, but
And the
essentially,
suggestion is,
Mary,
yeah,
she works in the infirmary, and because she has access, she does her best to help the other inmates because the doctor never believed when the inmates said they were sick, and then when they're treated, they don't feel better. So more
right.
mysteries here. And
And
so Mary is kind of
this
the
is
in-between who's doing what she can.
the possibility of that the syringe is diluted. Like the medicine has been, it's not the quite as
Yeah.
strong as it should be.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was strong enough for the doctor because she took a lethal dose.
Yeah.
Either somebody jumped up behind her and knew that was the right bottle, or she did it herself, which has
Yeah.
also been listed as a possibility.
Right. Well, this
We
is
also,
this is also that beautiful feminist sequence where Mary talks about why she went to
yeah,
prison and the circumstances, the terrible, terrible circumstances of killing her husband, who beat her relentlessly,
let's
and
get a
she
little bit
was
of that.
just, yeah, let's do.
Truth is hardly a defense. I found that out the hard way. By your husband?
He beat me so bad I was hospitalized 3 times. But there wasn't enough evidence for anybody to stop him from doing it to me again. I finally made up my mind to leave him. When a friend called me to warn me that he was coming home, mean, nasty, drunk. I called the police. And then I went and I hid in the bedroom with my husband's .22 rifle. My husband got there first.
Surely a plea of self-defense.
I was armed. He wasn't. Mrs. Fletcher,
It's not a strong case
God.
for the prison system. I'll say that right now.
Ugh, the world is so, ugh, to be a woman in the world.
Mm. I've grown more and more abolitionist as I've
Same.
aged, but I remember being very confused by because I would watch things like Law and Order, and I grew up with an attorney for a mother,
Yeah.
and I would ask things like, "Well, I don't understand because if they were charged with this crime, how can they plead down? Like, aren't they supposed to go to jail for what they did?" Like,
Yeah.
I grew up really confused and disillusioned by the concept of crime being punished because we don't punish the right people. And when we do punish them, we have conditions
Yeah.
surrounding it.
And seemingly
And
arbitrary standards for who gets what, right?
yeah. And
Uh,
also,
Based on
we
weird moral
decide
high grounds that are really abstract and they don't mean anything. Yeah.
the concept of charging 13-year-olds as an adult,
Oh, geez.
and yet we don't consider 13-year-olds old enough to make decisions for themselves
In
as
any
we
way.
see. Well, in some ways, but then we also then fight against them when we say that they're not mature enough to make decisions for um their own bodies.
Yeah.
Like we see this in the anti-trans discussions too. Like, well, but then you can also sign them up for war at 18. Oh, but they can't drink till 21. Like, what the fuck
It
are we doing?
none of it makes sense.
It's all such bullshit. And
It's
so
all
the concept
nonsense.
of punishment for it as a
Hmm.
long form, it bothers the fuck out of
And to
me.
think that there's some sort of universal standard by which we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
use to judge is just fucking nonsense. Um, it's
Yeah, well,
so
because we also
unsettling.
the I remember growing up also and like because it's a TV trope all the or movie trope all the time is insanity as a defense. Like I thought that was way more common. than
Yeah.
it really is.
Yeah.
It's really hard to prove.
True. True.
So it's like, hmm,
Such a distaste. Ugh.
yeah.
Oh,
We get this
we
moment
get
with
the prison.
yeah.
Yeah, the warden gets her next big scene. This is
Do we
so
want do we
silly.
want a little of this?
We could. It's a little less it gives me a little less than the
Exciting.
other one, but yeah. But she's
Well, what
great.
we
Vera
learn,
Miles is great. Yeah.
she has been fighting for changes, but she's
Yeah.
also been in Washington a lot of her time.
And
Uh,
the truth is she's stressed. She's a stressed lady. She is
have
trying
we
to do
found out
too
that she's been
much.
fainting?
I
I think
can't
we have.
remember. We may have, yeah. Or does that show up later?
Well, in any event,
At any rate,
she's been having fainting spells.
yeah. Because she's
Um,
stressed.
yeah, which Debs actually is the one who put that out there,
Hmm.
and that's fucked up. to
Like,
do.
why would, yeah, girl.
But we
First of all,
find out
the
that
fainting spells really have nothing to do with anything other than to sort of discredit her as a
right.
potential Senate candidate.
Well, and it gives her motivation to possibly kill the doctor because if the doctor
Sure.
knew,
Yeah.
but she was talking to Susan. That's where she was. She was in the medical facility, in the
Hmm.
infirmary. That's where she was. But she
Hmm.
has to keep that a secret because if Susan's willing to talk to her and she's persona non grata for the prisoners, then Susan's at risk.
Hmm.
It's
And Susan is
all,
the sick patient, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That Mary's been helping.
They really are
We haven't,
having their Les Mis moment at this prison.
yeah, they do hear the people sing. We haven't spent any time talking about Jessica's outfit here, but it kind of works for me.
You know, it's nice that she wears it the whole time, so it has to be kind of unassuming, but give her sort of a sense of calm and authority. It's kind of like a brown.
It's
I
a
mean, I
little
don't
bit from
love
the
the
Polly
color,
Bergen collection. I
but it
I
kind of.
I'm for it. I
Where's
like
the
the pattern
brooch?
on it. I like the pattern.
I need some
She wasn't
bling.
allowed to bring anything sharp into the
I
prison.
know.
I'm surprised
Uh,
they let her have earrings, honestly.
oh, Jessica figured out who the murderer is.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
all
she
coming
gets it.
together.
And
But
she's just trying to
she
buy
has
time because things
she
are
has to
devolving into great chaos. Again, Catherine just pointing a rifle. This is the second episode in a row where someone is pointing a rifle directly at Jessica. Jeez.
well,
And
we've
Catherine is
gotten some
losing her
dissension.
mind.
We're getting
Yeah.
dissension among the inmates because some are fighting against Catherine, and
Yeah.
it's prisoner gun against prisoner gun.
Yeah. Look at the one in the back, between
Oh,
she's just like, yep,
she's
yep.
gorgeous.
I know, isn't she? She's a model.
They did a pretty decent job scrubbing the faces and making sure that everyone looked
Like
fairly
they're in
reasonable,
prison.
but
Yeah.
they're definitely wearing blush.
Oh,
Like
for sure.
there is prison issue blush.
Definitely. You know what? I also wanted to say earlier, like they really like body types. There are a lot of
Mm,
body types here
hmm
of a
hmm
lot of different women.
A lot of different ethnicities.
Yeah.
We have
Ages.
Latino and Asian
Hmm.
prisoners who don't have a lot to do, alas.
Yeah.
Um, the most verbal POC is Dixie.
Yeah.
It's not great that that's her name, but it
Yeah.
happens to be.
But our doctor was
Um,
also uh, uh,
yes,
a prominent POC character.
who died real quick.
Okay. So we're doing
Sorry.
okay, this is another detail has just been introduced and it's about the fingerprints, right? We're talking
Hmm.
about the fingerprints again. And they're trying to figure out who's because I don't think we mentioned it earlier. They found two sets of fingerprints on the bottle. Mary's, who we knew would be there because she picked up the bottle to see what it was, and then another set of prints that they don't match, and they thought it would be the doctor,
Because
but
why
it's
wouldn't it be?
not.
Yeah.
It's not. They don't. That means potentially there's somebody else in this prison who could have been a killer.
There's this really interesting quick moment, and it goes by so quick. Debs is looking in the file for the fingerprints and says, I
Mm-hmm.
can't find the doctor's file. Somebody's taken it out. And
Mm-hmm.
Jessica's face drops. Like suddenly everything is going to fall apart.
Uh-huh.
And then she goes and she finds the file.
She's like, no, it's right here.
But split second, Deb is like, oh, I'm so frazzled. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
that was a nice attempt, Debs. Just
It
nice
really
attempt.
it's good, right? I like it.
Yeah.
Well, and even earlier. maybe we'll get to that in a minute. I'll save it. Um, this is this is a wild like realization on Jessica's part that actually how she got to this conclusion is a little flimsy for me because again, it's just an idea, but she has decided that the doctor, nobody killed the doctor. She killed herself.
Right.
She shot her
Something
up
was
with that
so
syringe of
bad.
morphine.
Something was so bad between her Gates
Yeah.
and Debs that she thought this was the only way out. And
Hmm.
that's what Debs was talking about when she says this can be ironed out.
Yeah.
Nope,
Apparently not. She intentionally pushed the riot locks.
to buy her time
Yeah.
because Brady was knocking on that door.
Uh-huh. She shot herself. She drove that syringe in her own arm. Thank you, Vera.
Drove it home.
And they were talking about the typewriter earlier that they had heard typewriter typing. But it was likely her writing a suicide note.
But that note wasn't found.
Nobody found it. They
Nobody
were all
found
distracted by
it.
the dead body, and no one was looking at a typewriter at that moment. And then all those people came into that room.
I love that the doctor's office just has like all of these like medical body anatomy
Yeah.
stuff as if she like
It's
okay,
like a field
why
trip
does she
location
do
or something, right? Like, no.
I mean it is like I'm surprised there's like a diagram of a uterus up there, sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like otherwise it looks very like pediatrician's office. Like
Is there really a diagram of a uterus on the wall?
let me go back a second.
That is,
Um
because that could
and
be like
she's
such a
falling
cool
down.
flex for this episode and this
Then
time.
hang on. Well, that's a womb. Hang on, where is it? She goes there. Brady's coming to the door. She's pulling the syringe at 4:25. Right behind her, I want to say. She hits the alarm.
So
Come
she
on,
shoots herself
don't
with
prove me a
morphine,
liar.
right? This is morphine, like
I
a
don't.
massive shot shot of morphine.
It's something I don't know. Yeah, I guess it is
I think
morphine.
they said morphine, but like if it was morphine, why would she keel over that way? She looks like it's painful. Wouldn't morphine be like the way to go? Wouldn't it be like,
Not if it's
yeah, let's
not if
just
it's
slip
fucking with
in?
your heart.
Oh, that's what happened, right?
it's too much. It's
It's
too
too
much all
much.
at once.
Caused a massive heart attack. Yikes.
Sorry, I've gone back. Yeah, so this all this does though is this shows that if it was her, then Mary didn't do it, but it doesn't solve the question of Mims.
Yeah, who killed Mims? And this is when we get
Mims.
into the greater conspiracy at the prison, right?
Yeah. Da, 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 da. Right, because well, the thing is, we have some issue between sorry, with Warden and Matthews. The issue actually has nothing to do with Mary. It's to do with uh,
The
I guess is
staff,
it? Yeah,
like almost all of these sort of benchmark staff characters, like Mrs. Springer, the cook, the deputy warden Debs, the doctor, Mims, the food delivery person. They are all in on this plot to defraud the prison.
yeah.
And that's what's behind all of this. And the new warden comes in and is a threat to that system.
Right there. Isn't that a uterus?
Yes, sure. Yes, it is. Yes, it
Yes, it
is. Look
is.
at those fallopian tubes. All
Come
right.
on. I mean,
See, I know.
it's oddly in the context of pregnancy, which seems like they wouldn't necessarily need that in the prison. But
Well,
I guess it just shows you, you know.
why not?
Yeah.
We're just here to establish this is a women's prison.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm glad I made sure that
We had to confirm.
I'll include that on
There
the
was a
pod since
picture
I
of a
tried
uterus
so
on the
hard
wall.
to listen. The fact that they had a uterus on the wall in 1985 is a big deal.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Pretty revolutionary.
So if Matthews killed herself, someone had to make it look like a murder because they took the suicide note,
mhm,
and that would imply then that somebody killed her. And Jessica says, well, it
right,
must have been someone who was at risk.
right. Um, so they're doing a lot of talk. Do we want to listen to any of this? It's quite an explanation. Is it too much?
You can do a little bit. Yeah.
Like a murder. Right.
Someone who needed to escape and would have if the riot hadn't trapped her.
This is a great moment for Jessica, though. Like, this
Totally.
is really great
She
discussion.
figured this shit out.
Embezzling of funds and supplies, which would explain the diluted medicine in the pharmacy.
That's why the patients were always in pain. That's right.
Yes, I'm afraid the doctor was selling off her drug supply. Just as you were selling off the kitchen supplies to Mims. From the library window, I could see prisoners pulling boxes out of a truck to build a barricade. A truck I saw arrive here empty this evening.
You think I'm gonna say anything? You're crazy.
Come on, anything that's big the top.
But they still think, the prisoners still think that it must have been Gates somehow
Yeah.
involved.
Oh my God. And they all swarm her and nearly trample her.
And
Meanwhile, Debs is
immediately
like,
she grabs Catherine and
yeah,
says something to her.
yeah. And they both they're really trying to pin it on the
Immediately
warden.
throws Gates under the bus.
Yeah, yeah.
Immediately.
This is a
Yeah.
wild moment.
So
Now Catherine is trying to be like, yeah, we're going to get the cops so that we can. She wants Bates thrown under that bus immediately.
yeah,
Man, there's a lot happening right now.
so much.
Jeez. Okay, this is. I think we know where Jessica here. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. It's
Hired years ago, long before Mrs. Gates became warden. No, the problem was that Warden Gates' reforms might have worked. Hiring a registered nurse was the first threat. That's what panicked Dr. Matthews.
But wait, if it wasn't the warden, then who? Yeah. Who?
everyone turns.
Why are you all looking at me?
Because they're the only one left, Debs. Sorry.
That's Barbara Baxley as Debs, by the way.
Reforms and a nomination to the Senate. You ran the prison, Mrs. Debs. According to Dr. Matthews' file, you even certified her fingerprints.
Uh-huh.
Never have time to certify every fingerprint card. Now, who could? Look.
I don't know, somebody in charge, I guess.
We're going out to call off the police.
Miss Springer, I think you'll find that they are planning to leave without you.
Da-da-da.
Is that it, Amanda? Going to try and have us all killed so there won't be any witnesses?
Keep your mouth shut.
She's been looting the prison for years. Ever since they passed her up for promotion to warden.
Now
There
all
we
of a
go.
sudden,
We got
Mrs.
motive.
Springer is she's a
We
witness.
got motive.
Uh-huh.
Kill Dr. Matthews.
Springer, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
You'll have Matthews.
There's the suicide note showing up.
Suicide note.
She was a coward. We could have handled that nurse. Instead of having some guts, she tore away from me and came down here and killed herself. Oh no. You may convict me of fraud, but never murder. All the suffering you caused us, you ain't gonna fall just on no fraud rap.
No, Dixie, the charge will still be murder. You're forgetting Mims, the grocer who didn't leave a suicide note. She was the real danger.
The actual murder of the episode.
Uh-huh.
The power, and then she knifed Mims in the dark.
So the implication here, just so we're clear, she
Yeah.
had her accomplice cut the lights off, which means that Adrienne Barbeau, Catherine,
Yes.
was already working with Debs in this
Yes.
regard.
Yes. That's correct. And because she now has power across she's sort of the leader. She has access to all these spaces. So she was able to get away, turn off the power, lights go out so that Mims could get knifed by Debs. God, these names.
Hmm? These names.
Mims, Debs, Tug, Bertha.
And
Yeah.
Dixie figures it out pretty plainly right here.
Yeah.
Doc.
There we go.
It's a wild reveal. I could never have seen this coming that Catherine was in on it.
You wanted to take her out to the cops.
No. Dixie, she made me do it.
That's why you were so hot to shoot your way out. Because pinned to Debs, you wouldn't stay alive in any prison in the country.
So I think the implication there is that if they found out that Catherine was an accomplice to like someone working for a prison, that if she got a sentence and got moved around and people found out that she would be a
Hmm.
target in prison systems for working
Hmm.
with the
Oh, she'd be
man.
killed.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
she would be absolutely demolished.
So either she
Crazy,
would die in
crazy
a
turn of
shootout,
events. Wow.
or she would survive and probably get her sentence commuted
Yeah.
for working with Debs in theory on the side of
Hmm.
good. Because once they
Hmm.
got out, they could have said anything.
Anything. They were going to throw Yvonne DiCarlo as Miss Springer under the bus.
Gates under the bus, all the guards
They
under the
got
bus,
rid
and
of
frankly,
Mims.
all of the prisoners
All of
under
the
the bus.
inmates would have been collateral damage to them.
Hmm.
Yeah. Crazy.
Hmm. And also, one of the things that Jessica says is that because Mims is killed in the dark and they can't prove it, all of them
Hmm.
probably would be punished for that
Yeah.
in some regard.
Yeah.
Because if they can't prove it, it happened because of the riot.
Yeah. Guilty by proximity.
It's a lot going
It's
on.
it's
Yeah.
a lot. Wow. Exciting though.
Powerhouse episode.
Really exciting. It just doesn't slow down either.
No, even the
Moves,
talk,
moves,
because the talk
moves.
is all important. All of
Hmm.
the dialogue is important.
There's a lot of people talking over each other and a lot of different ideas, and so it's hard for the viewer even to keep track of like, what do I believe? What do I think it could
Mm.
be? So,
But I think it sums it up in a concise way for the audience to go, oh, okay, got it. That's what
yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Because even if they didn't catch everything, they go
Hmm.
through it pretty thoroughly
They do. All the
and
pieces
they
get
wrap it
cleaned
up.
up. Yeah.
And they wrap it up in a way that doesn't seem convoluted or uh, silly. Like it actually
No,
makes sense.
it
Yeah.
actually does. How Jessica figured out that Catherine was an accomplice is wild to me. I still don't know how I would have figured that out, other than
I
her
mean, she
insistence to
is,
get out the door, right?
yeah,
And
the
and sort of
only,
abandoning reason that all of the other inmates seem to still have this sort of sense of like, well, that's not what we're doing here. That's not what we're trying to
well,
do.
because everyone else is a family. So this is
Yeah.
the if you don't trust the one person that's pulling away from the family,
Yeah.
because all of the prisoners are tight. Like they
Hmm.
immediately come together on Mary's behalf,
Hmm.
and they all it is a sisterhood. It really it's they treat this almost like a sorority in a way.
Hmm.
With the hierarchy, with the camaraderie and the
Hmm.
bickering even. And it's I think I mean again, as someone who's never been in a women's prison, I don't know how accurate it is, particularly for 1985.
Right, right.
But I buy it.
It's bold because we get a story entirely told by women. They're all interesting. They're all different. There's so much going on beneath the surface for each of these characters, right? Like the warden has her own shit going on. She and her fainting spells. Oh, poor thing. Um,
But even
the
these
sort
like
of the
tertiary
crime network
characters.
between the staff who are trying to defraud the prison, the
Hmm.
relationships between the other inmates, and like how they care about Mary and Susan in the hospital, and they try to take care of each other. It's really compelling. I think
And
that's why this episode
everyone,
for me delivers because the characters are so developed and distinct.
yeah,
And even though there are so many of them, they all have like a unique voice. So kudos to the writers and the
even
performers.
the brief. the brief aspect that we get with Mims and a relatively brief that we get with Springer, we don't get a whole lot of nuance with her. But
Yeah.
like the first guard that we see that checks Jessica in, like fully believable, fully realized,
Hmm.
looks like they know what they're doing.
Uh-huh.
Like that's an actress. That's not an actual prison guard, but they're the way that they are examining the briefcase and the way that she
Uh-huh.
talks to her and cuts her off. And like there's a certain formality. There's no it's just like, oh, this is very tight.
Right.
It's just very I like it. I like it a lot. I think
A
it's a very
great way
strong
to tell
episode.
stories about a lot of different types of people in the same setting. Yeah. And again, they look like real people.
Yeah.
They all look
Yeah.
like real people.
Yeah.
What do you think of the doctor's outfit here, by the way?
Ensemble.
Yeah,
I dig
this
it.
sort of tweed plaid.
It's a little district attorney. I could
Sure.
see. Yeah. It's of the
There's
era.
Babe, District Attorney, and Driving Miss Daisy.
I could see Marky Post wearing that in Night Court. Sure, why not?
Oh yeah, totally. That's it.
Why not?
That's it.
Uh
Well, okay, so what
yeah,
are your
and this
final
is
reflections? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
well, I was gonna say, so as a wrapping it up, this is it's a scary episode.
Yeah,
There's moments of true tension and uncertainty, and you care about the characters. Um, it's compelling.
yeah,
I want to know why the doctor did it. I want to know about the relationship with the people. Many of the characters and the actresses behind them are strong contenders for who I want to know more about in a spinoff.
totally.
Um, this would be a fascinating series. As we saw with something like, I mean, it was a comedy series, but
Hmm.
Orange is the New Black,
Yeah,
um, and things like that, which are huge ensembles because of the relationships that you have with the staff
yeah,
and the inmates and visitors and outsiders and all of that. Um, and Orange never grabbed me as much as I love a lot of the actresses in that
yeah,
show.
yeah. I think
I
I watched the
watched
first season and that was like good for me.
I watched about half of the first season, and
Yeah.
it came at a time where I was very impatient,
Hmm.
and unless I really want to watch something, I just don't have time.
Yeah.
Husband and I have only just gotten to Hacks, and we are halfway through
Oh,
season two, and I'm loving it. But it
that
took a
feels like
long
right
time
up
to
your
get to
alley.
it. It
Yeah.
really is. It
Yeah.
really is pretty great. It's pretty terrific.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm one of those people who often I need things to come out at the right time. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
can't dedicate my brain to it.
Same.
Um,
Unless I'm really a lifer for something, and if I miss the wave, I've missed the wave.
yeah. And
Yeah.
maybe I'll go. Maybe I mean, obviously, Hacks. I think has been out 4 seasons, and I'm just starting it now. But we
But
watched
it's
all
still in the
10.
zeitgeist. It's
Yes,
still buzzing, right? So
so
you're not
present.
too late for that. Yeah.
Am I likely to go to Game of Thrones? No,
No.
probably not. But I don't even know if I'm likely to go to The Sopranos, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
maybe if I don't know if the world shuts down again and nothing gets me. I guess certain circumstances. Um, but as this goes, like this is a really strong group of actors who all make sense together too.
Hmm.
Like this is a very lived in setting.
Yeah.
Um, and I really, really appreciate it. I think it is
Yeah.
one of the highlights of a very strong second season.
Totally. I think it's
Um,
a highlight of the series actually, because
mm,
we don't see this just the mechanics and the storytelling. This story is so unique in that we have an all-female cast, in that we have
yes,
characters. There's nothing to do with relationships, but with men, other than sort of the aspect of how these
why
women
they're
may be
there.
in this
Yeah,
prison, right? But this is a story about how women relate to each other and work together and work against each other. Um, and
yeah,
as gay guys, we are drawn to these types of stories. Even to this day, if I think about my favorite singers, all women. If I think about my
oh
favorite
yeah,
actors, all women.
oh yeah. My
Personalities.
friends, my favorite people that I hang out with.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Well,
The
and
people
I
that I
and
innately
also
trust and want to be around in the world are women. And so to be here for a story that's all about women is just so fucking satisfying.
and I'm not saying that inherently women who commit crimes are going to be more prone to lesbianism, but the concept of lesbianism in prison
Hmm.
is a highly existing trope to the nth degree in Orange is the New
Sure,
Black.
sure.
Um, to the point where actually people forget that technically the protagonist in Orange is the New Black is a bisexual, but
Right,
the
right.
lesbianism is so uh, overwhelming in that we
Hmm.
sort of ignore that
Yeah,
by erasure notwithstanding.
yeah.
None of these characters are painted particularly sexualized, and I think
Yeah.
that's neat for one thing, again, considering the women in prison trope.
Hmm.
Um, and yet, if any and all of these women could be queer, and I'd fully be, yeah, sure,
Hmm.
absolutely. Uh, you
Or
have
not. And even the ones that are kind of tomboyish, if you told me, no, they're not,
sure, they don't have
I
to
would
be
buy
any
it.
of
Yeah.
these things. Yeah.
No. It's so
Um,
unimportant for what the story they're telling
and
because the
it's
relationships are
and
clear.
right, right. And it is more of a sisterhood than it is necessarily a using sex as currency, which is what very frequently happens in shows like Oz
Hmm.
and mask-related prison series,
Yeah.
Prison Break, even. Like the concept of men in prison is almost always devolved into a sodomy joke.
Yeah.
It's almost always.
It's such a bore.
And it's such a it's fucked up for many reasons.
Hmm.
And again, not necessarily do I think a Bechdel is a requirement for good storytelling, but it certainly shows the strength of the writing here.
Yeah. And damn,
And
isn't it
considering that I think
refreshing
this was all
when
written by dudes,
was it? Yeah.
Peter, Richard, and William. Yeah, these are the same writers in almost every episode.
Interesting.
Directed by a guy.
Yeah,
Uh,
written. Yeah.
yeah. Now, to that end, I've often heard that you hire male directors, but you hire female editors. I've heard that to be a
Oh,
strong relationship in film,
okay.
but
Okay. I like that.
because editors are the ones who really tell the story.
Truly.
And if you look at most successful editing, even going back, a lot of times is women.
Really.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love
Hitchcock,
this.
even
Didn't
the
Hitchcock's
relationship.
who was Hitchcock's editor? Wait,
Uh,
I'm trying to my brain is telling me that his wife edited for him, but I don't think that's
she
correct at
was
all. I think I'm
involved. I
conflating
don't.
some shit.
No, I think you're on the partial track. I believe that was related in Hitchcock the film with
Mm,
Anthony Hopkins and Helen Mirren. But I believe that there was a strong relationship that I mean, he
she did
obviously had a
work
lot
on
of,
it. Yes. Yes, she
yeah,
did. Alma Reville, Alfred
there
Hitchcock
we
White
go.
was a significant collaborator, including working as an editor and contributing to scripts.
There you go. And
There you
that's one
go.
reason that his films are specifically, I think, so complicated when it comes to the male
Hmm.
gaze because
Yeah.
of his relationship with the women in his films and
Uh-huh.
the way that they're depicted. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
But I always say one of the most misogynistic music videos that people ever credit is Blurred Lines. That was done by a woman. I don't know what to tell you. Like
Mm.
I don't know what to tell you.
You just never know. It's one of those golden rules, one of the four agreements. Don't make assumptions
Yeah.
because you
Oh, that
never
never makes
know.
it into the articles. That never makes it into the
No.
discussion. No one ever talks
Uh-uh.
about that.
Blurred
But
lines. Good, good. Yeah.
um but yeah, love this episode.
Love
And
it. Love it.
it's
I can't
again,
watch it all the
it's
time because it is intense.
hmm, hmm.
And if I am in the right state of mind, great.
I do recommend, folks, if you are just sort of curious about watching it from a different perspective, don't
Mhm.
pay attention to the person talking. Look around them. Watch the
Right.
episode through the lens of all the other supporting characters. Everyone is A plus.
A plus plus.
And for such a strongly like dramatic episode, our next episode is utter farce, and
Yeah.
that's nice to have that. I mean, there's some seriousness in it, but it's nice to know that we're at least we have some levity
Yeah.
coming at us.
We need it. We need
We
it.
do,
They're good.
we
They
do.
curate a good season. Good breaks
Yeah.
when we need them.
Uh, Next week's episode is the return of John Aston as our real estate mogul who has a new
And this is
job.
his is this it might be is this his last one?
It's Harry Pierce's final episode, yeah,
Right, that's what I thought.
and
Yeah.
we'll get into why.
Hmm.
But it also has a lot of really great performances, including by Betsy Palmer, who
Hmm.
is spectacular. Um, and Yeah, it's the letter writing episode. We'll talk about it. And
Yeah.
I think it might be related to a true crime case, and I'll talk about it when that happens.
Okay. Work.
But but I think we're leaving the prison. I
That's
think we've
enough.
concluded it. Sentence is suspended. Uh we're going back and I'm just
Woohoo!
watching all the prisoners just taking care of their business. I love it. Everyone looks so involved. God, the choreography on this episode must have been so just whoever's in charge of giving actors stuff to do.
Staging. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They had a mammoth task with all these people. Just incredible.
And tiny little rooms. Because
Hmm.
this is all, I mean, yes, it's a set, but these are all look like they're fully closed sets.
Truly,
They don't
yeah.
look like they have a fourth. I don't think they have a fourth wall.
Mm-mm. No, they worked in these really small spaces. It's pretty
Very
incredible.
cool.
What a feat
Yeah.
of they must have been so excited when this was done.
Yeah. We're gonna get a little bit of that again when we get to the trial episode too.
Yeah, absolutely. Really is like a mark of great filmmaking. And I know it's TV, but filmmaking. It really
Oh,
is.
no, this is filmmaking right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. And again, look how crowded these scenes are.
I
These
know.
shots.
So much energy
There's
going on.
so few shots of this episode
Hmm.
or where there's just one person in the frame. Oh
Hmm.
wow. Good stuff. All right. Well,
Exquisite.
that was Jessica behind bars,
That's
everybody.
right, she was.
That's where she was, and she got
Not
out.
the first time, but
Oh, we
she
didn't
got out.
really conclude it. Gates is gonna help Mary get her parole
Yeah,
hearing.
yep. They're gonna
Yeah,
work together. So there's a little bit of justice here.
just a tad.
We love it.
Just a tad. Women supporting women. Ah,
Here, here. Cheers
here,
to that.
here.
You said it,
Well,
Bertha.
I'm Victor Devon,
I'm petrified.
and this
And
has
this
been
was
tonight
tonight on
on
Murder, She
Murder
Wrote.
She Wrote. Drove the syringe home.
She drove the syringe. She beat her. She hit her again and
Hit her
again.
again and again. Oh,
Emmy.
right there. Come on, Vera Miles.
She did it. She showed up to work.
End scene.